That's right, I'm reporting from the bathtub of solitude once again. Something about the bathroom of solitude is solitude-ish. I'm coming at you with a video I want to make as short as possible. I know my hair is it's getting long and then it just lays down flat when it gets long. I said before in a previous video, I really wasn't going to talk about any kind of as I slowly tried to get another job, I just wasn't going to talk about it, and then I wasn't going to even talk about the second job that I got. But when things happen, I've got no one to talk to. I mean, I got to get things off my chest. So, I mean, obviously, you don't have to watch this. So if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. That's a cool thing. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't watch it. But I have to just talk about it really, really briefly. So last week I applied at 4 places, and then I think Saturday or something I applied at this 5th place online. I got an email yesterday from the 5th place saying, "Oh boy, you're gonna get a phone call. Yippee! To do an online interview." This will probably be a very, very short video. I always say that. So I didn't know when, so I kind of stayed home yesterday. Not that I was gonna go anywhere anyway. And they never called. And then this morning, of course, when I was sleeping at 9:45, they called, left the message, and I'm not gonna answer my sleep is important. So then I just let the answer machine get it, planning to call back or whatever. So I called back. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. It's just so fucking pathetic. And it just brings me down. It's kind of fucking ruined my whole day. So then I call back, wait, you gotta wait, hold for the next available whatever, Yeah, I've done a phone interview once before, and I don't, they don't faze me. I don't care. I'd just as soon be in person that way. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But a phone, you save gas by doing a phone interview, you don't have to go anywhere. But I like going places because I'm all cooped up and with nothing to do ever. So, anyway, shit. So I just held on hold for a bit, waiting for the next available interviewer or whatever the fuck is going on. And then finally I hear, this woman who I could barely hear was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The only reason I knew that someone was there is because the stupid background music went away, and I could barely hear this person. She's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? She's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I can barely hear you. It's just like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's better, but shit, I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking, and it's just like, fuck. So, there's really not much to tell because this interview didn't last very long. So basically, she finally started. I was laying in bed, I just pressed the phone as hard to my ear as possible and mashed my other ear down on the pillow just so I can try to hear her as well as I could. I couldn't hear her for shit. I don't know if they do that on purpose just to piss you off or what. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna do this interview. Oh yeah, can you tell me your favorite? On the online application, it's like pick a favorite season, and I'm like summer. Just for reference purposes, what's your favorite? This is her talking. What's your favorite season? And I'm like summer. Okay. No. First, she was doing all the spiel about, thank you for applying for this, position, this seasonal. It's actually I just applied for this seasonal position because I figured, well, that way I don't have to quit in 4 weeks because the job will be over in 4 weeks. See how I'm planning that? So thank you. She's just reading the spiel, Thank you for applying for the seasonal position of whatever, part-time, whatever, part-time sales associate. Do you it's like, do you solemnly swear? She said something about like just, I don't know, something like, you know, you're gonna, where you can join the company and take part in the magic, or make magic happen, or something stupid like that. And I'm just like, and you'd think, you know, I can understand if you're applying for a job at Disneyland to have the word magic in the sentence, but I wasn't applying, I didn't apply for a job at Disneyland. And there's no excuse why any other job would ever have like magic in the description. First of all, that's just really pathetic kindergarten bullshit. And it's just bullshit. I couldn't barely hear anything she was saying. Of course, I heard she made the magic loud enough. Just like magic. And then I could barely, she's going through this whole paragraph, this spiel. I'm like, what kind of interview is this? You're just reading me corporate bullshit. And I could barely hear, and then I'm like, you know how like if on the phone, like, I don't know, I couldn't hear her, so it's kind of like because she can't hear her, she seems really far away. So I kind of just went, just exhaled, thinking that, well, if I can't hear her, she's not going to be able to hear me exhale. And all of a sudden, just as soon as I got finished exhaling, she's like, am I boring you? And I'm just like, oh shit, she heard me exhale, you know. It's like she's got the advantage of being able to hear, you know, my fucking heartbeat, but I can't hear her talk for shit. And then at that point I was like, kind of playing along still. I'm like, no, not at all. Like all upbeat, which doesn't last for many more seconds. And she's like, oh, okay. And then this is the part where she's like, well, why did you apply for this particular store? And it's just like, this is where they want to hear you say, oh, this store is the best store in the world, my favorite store, bullshit. And then I just fucking fuck that shit, and I'm just like, you guys had a help wanted sign. What do you want me to fucking say? You know, I don't shop at this goddamn store. What the fuck do I give a fuck about this store? Oh, I've always admired this store my entire life, and I waited until I was an adult, ever since I was 5, to work here. What the fuck do you think I'm going to say? So then she's like, why do you want to work for this company? And I'm like, because you guys had a help wanted sign. And she's like, oh, okay. Like she's jotting it down or making a note of it. I don't know if she was being snotty. She'd already said, am I boring you, earlier, so I was already put off. And then she said, all right, well, do you have any other retail experience? And she's already put me on hold briefly to pull up my application. And then I'm like, don't you have my application there pulled up? Because you put me on hold briefly to pull it up. And she's like, yeah, I got your application here. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, why are you asking me about if I have any previous job retail experience then? And I just fucking hung up after she said, like, yeah, I got your job application here. And she said it with this kind of, you know how you can tell if someone's like smiling when they're talking, like almost as if it's like a fucking college prank or some kind of bullshit. Like she was just being, you know, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What kind of person am I dealing with here? And I just hung up. You know, combined with her, am I boring you? And asking me if I have any previous, you know, retail experience when she's looking right at my fucking application. You know, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And then like, you want me to do magic? I mean, magic isn't fucking real. That's what they expect at jobs now. They pay you dick and they expect you to do magic. I mean, shit. You know, someone should tell these fucking CEOs that magic isn't real. The only kind of fucking magic I know is being screwed up the asshole by fucking jobs. So Jesus Christ. And then I'm just like, why the fuck do I bother? But I have to have a job to make money to be fucking, so I can continue to live and be miserable. Don't you get it? So that's what happened today. I'm going to keep applying. I was kind of excited to actually, I've never actually applied or had, you know, a seasonal job. And I kind of thought, well, since I'm not staying at jobs long anyway, why not get a seasonal job? And that way you're going to, you're not going to be there long. So maybe I'll stay, maybe they'll keep me then if I try to, if I apply for just, and get a seasonal job, maybe fate will have it that they'll have me for longer. But at any rate, I thought if I could just work at least for just 4 or 5 or 6 weeks or something through the rest of the year, I'm still gonna maybe go apply tomorrow at another place or something. But I just had to get that off my chest. It's like these places are just, I no longer, one of my problems is I just no longer have it in me to put up with this fucking bureaucratic bullshit. Like, oh, we're gonna have a phone interview, and then I call them back, and then she's just sitting there talking my ear off about this corporate goddamn jargon that I already read on the fucking, the fucking website when I did the application. She's just reading the same shit. Magic, we're gonna work magic. It's just like, no, I'm not. Oh, fuck. So that's what happened to me today, god damn it. Hung up on a fucking 90 seconds or maybe even sooner on a goddamn online interview bullshit. Or phone interview. Online interview. So there you go. Fuck. This video wasn't supposed to go so long, but maybe I cut some of it out, so maybe it's shorter than it actually is. So thank you very much for watching, and that's another wonderful, blessed day in the life of me, Mr. Nice Guy, or whatever the hell you want to call me. I must be a nice guy because I finished last. Thanks for watching.